All right, everybody, welcome back to BSG Online 4. We're gonna be coming up on the next beautiful run by the name of Blazing Chrome. Before we go and do that, though, we got ourselves a €9 donation from Satanic Nerd saying, "Oh, hey, look, a nice number, namely 13 squared. Have fun with the marathon this week, my bros." And that donation also is going to the bid war that is going to be closing right now, setting the gun character choice to Doyle.
All right, awesome.
So, take it away.
The Robo Boy.
Yeah. All right, hello everybody. I'm Kirthar, and with me on the cyber couch, I guess, I have 7 of diamonds. So
Yeah,
hello.
what's up? Cyber Couch sounds a little bit dodgy. This is a BSG stream. Thank you very much.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, let's hop right into it then.
Lovely stuff.
So yeah, we did have a bid war, and the winner was the character which is Doyle. So this is the other character, Mavra, but we're gonna go with Doyle. But I get to choose the color, so we're going with pink here, as always.
You have to go pink. He's a beautiful pink boy. Really, between the two characters, there's not a huge amount of difference. There's a slight difference in Doyle's hitbox is a tiny bit bigger, but not massively different. The biggest difference you're probably going to find when you're playing the game is that they've got slightly different cues when you are using some of the movement tech. Because Kirth normally plays as Mavra, this might be a slight change of plans for him. But we'll see how he gets on. He did PB yesterday, didn't you?
Yes, I did actually by 4 seconds. So
beautiful.
Just like 6 seconds behind world record, so we're getting there. Yeah.
Could
anyway,
we see a world record this evening? Could we see one? Let us know in the chat. Come on, I'm sure that we've got the positivity being shared from everyone to get a world record in this fantastic game released in July 2019.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, as you can tell probably from this little how to play tutorial, you can see that if you played Contra or any other run and gun style game from like the 90s, you can probably tell that this game is heavily inspired by like Contra, Metal Slug and stuff like that. But yeah, let's get the show on the road. I'll be counting down from 3. The time starts pretty much when the screen goes to black here. So let's go in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so here we go. Fastest way to move in this game is to roll as much as possible. You get some iframes when you roll, so you can roll past enemies and stuff.
Very small amount of iframes, though, so you have to be very precise with your rolling.
Yeah.
You're going to notice that Kirth just picked up a couple of things from the boxes there. There's a couple of different weapons in this game. The main weapon that you're going to see him use is the pulse rifle. So in the top left corner, it's a weapon on the far right. That's by far the most powerful weapon in the game. By a pretty huge margin, and it's actually more powerful if you mash your shots, but don't mash too fast. If you mash too fast, it actually shoots out less beams, so you have to have a pretty strict rhythm in doing so. It's not too fast, not too slow, just right, just like all good speed running is. You also notice that he's picking up a couple of robots that are following him. You're going to see main use of 2 of the different robots. You're going to see him using the speed bot, which gives him a double jump and a much faster speed. He also picks up a damage bot every now and again, which allows him to tank a couple of hits. This game is one-hit kills if you do not have a defense bot, and it also means that you generally lose the weapon that you are holding as well. So the pulse rifle being absolutely integral to the speed of this run. If he loses it, he's going to need to get another one back ASAP, because otherwise, oh boy, it gets a little bit tense and a little bit rough.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So what I'm doing right here is I'm skipping the mech here, which you're supposed to take, which is it's a bit slow to take the mech, so we're just gonna blast our way through this whole hallway of there's a lot of enemies here. It's pretty hard to get through, but you can just blast everything down with the P weapon.
Absolutely effortless. Absolutely effortless. Round of applause for Redfield, the man in the chat, everyone. Come on, that's a fantastic bit of skill just shown there. Coming up on to part 1 of the final, well, the boss of the first mission. Yeah, that gauntlet is pretty tense, because especially as you are having to use the pulse rifle to get through quickly, if you get hit just the once, you lose both the speed bot and the pulse rifle, and is a massively different story going forward from there, and that would also mean that Kirthar would have to change his routine for the next couple of stages a little bit as well. So big boss, just shoot multiple times, hit the chorus a couple of times with a melee attack. Oh yeah, there's a melee attack in this game as well. There's a lot of stuff going on, as you can notice, and there's limited amounts of RNG with this boss, just basically on which attacks he uses, but Kirthar knows his attacks off the back of his hand, and you should see him die very, very quickly. And there we go, 2 minutes 24, and that is the first mission of the game done. Very, very good time so far. Very, very good time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is a very good start actually. 2:24 on the first, like on the in-game timer is pretty much almost flawless. So yeah, very good start.
So you actually get a choice of which mission that you go to next. So you get the choice of the first 4 missions. You can choose any of those to go in whichever order. There is a linear storyline, but it's presented in non-linear fashion. I don't know about that, who knows. But you're going to see that he's now in mission 3 instead of mission 2. Now mission 3 is probably one of the scarier missions in the game because you've got lots of things that will move very quickly and try and kill you pretty, like, with sheer amounts of prejudice. You've also got the dogs, and the dogs are by far the worst enemy in the game because they are low down. You need to duck to shoot them, or they're going to be crawling on the ceiling, so you have to aim up to shoot them. It's not nice. Not nice at all. You also notice that it's actually jumping over a couple of the enemies as well. You don't have to kill all the enemies unless the screen camera locks like it did a few seconds ago. You have to kill the thing that didn't even get the chance to appear on the screen, and that turret that got destroyed as well. Yeah, it's going pretty well so far. You see that he just picked up the defense spot. That's just for a little bit of safety, just in case he does get hit by, as he did, some of the green goo things that are coming over. But he's picked back up the speed bot to give himself a lovely speed boost and the double jump, as we mentioned a little bit earlier. There are a couple of weapons that you haven't seen yet, which would be the whip and the grenade. The whip is going to come in useful the boss of mission 3. We'll see how that works in a few minutes' time. You've just seen a secondary characteristic of the pulse rifle as well. You can actually charge it and it will shoot out a beam that will stay on screen for a couple of seconds. There's only some utility in that. It doesn't work. It's not completely useful all the time. It's much better just to mash your button at that rhythmic pace rather than too fast, as we mentioned a little bit earlier, to get the most out of the damage there. And Kirthar is doing a fantastic job with this spider boss. We found out a couple of days ago that you can jump off that platform. Don't do that, because you die. It's a really stupid idea.
Yeah, it was quite a revelation, actually. I was very shocked.
18 months this game has been out, and I don't know if anyone knew that. It's hilarious. And here we go. These are the dogs. The dogs are awful. And again, if Kirthar takes even one hit here, he is going to lose both his P rifle as well as his speed boost.
Whew, that's so scary.
Very tense. Oh my god, this is ridiculous.
Oh my god, okay. Whew.
Come on. Die. Wow, okay, we're coming on to part 1 of the boss in, excuse me, in mission 3. This is quite straightforward. You aim for the eyes and you aim for the things that are coming out from the left and the right, and you kill them, and it's great, nice and simple. This is a fantastic game. You should play it. You should buy it. You should play it. It's wonderful. The bosses aren't the most complex things in the world. They're probably actually the most simple parts of the game, with the exception of one of the bosses towards the very, very end of the game. But we'll get to that in around 15 minutes' time, depending on if we are on world record pace or not. All right? Don't let me down, Kirth. Don't let me down.
I'll try not to.
Famous last words.
Alright, so here comes the whip, actually. This is the only time in the round where we use the whip. Gonna shoot a little bit with a P, but here we're gonna wiggle it around with the whip here, just to make sure that we can deal damage to him while we're moving from left to right.
Try not to laugh at that image, but that's fair enough. Yeah, the whip does damage for every frame it's out. So if you can hold it over that boss's hitbox whilst with the whip, then it's gonna die in a pretty quick amount of time. This is going really, really well so far, nice and fast. Even with the scary bits of the dogs not really playing ball, but that's the problem with the dogs in Mission 3. They are just really, really unpleasant. We do get to see them again a little bit later because that's wonderful.
Oh yeah.
We're now on Mission 4. Best soundtrack, best part of the soundtrack in the game. Absolutely fantastic. It's got some really awesome jumps in this section of the game. Some of them are pretty risky. They look fantastic. We're also going to see some of the power of the P weapon. We're going to see the boss come on the screen in a second. Just basically shoot it multiple times with the P, and it's down very, very quickly. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff.
Very good kill.
And you're also going to see liberal uses of the double jumps here as well as utilising the roll and the iframes of the roll. And we're going to come up to Zet. Now, Zet used to have a really, really simple exploit where you just used to duck on the floor and shoot. They patched that out, so you have to do a slightly different exploit where you move forward a little bit, roll backwards after shooting them a couple of times, and that should hopefully...
That was pretty good.
Kill him really quickly.
Yeah. That's really good.
You gonna knock him over?
Yeah, I think I'll give him a little smack on the way out.
Little courtesy tap. Go over the eyes, Zet, you tool. You get to see Zet again a little bit later in a slightly different form. And again, liberal using of the iframes from the roll. You see he's picked up the defense bot. This is for a little bit of safety with the mid-boss that's coming up, which shoots out bullets and fire. But he's also using that, mashing up the pulse rifle to try and kill it nice and quickly. That was really, really fast. Oh my god.
Yes.
Going to pick up the speed bot again
Oh,
to allow him to do double jump.
This happened before. I want to say it never happened before, but it actually happened the first time during practice. Yeah, the screen is doesn't really know how to scroll up too quickly if you go in past that section faster than it's intended. Nice little thing about this boss, even though he's killed it really, really quickly, if you stay in the middle and just jump vertically, any attack that it does won't hit you. That is going to be used to our advantage a little bit later on in the 5th mission, and we're now in probably one of the most visually striking parts of the game, the Space Harrier section. So what Kirth is doing, he's trying to hold his aiming vector in the absolute centre of this tunnel. The bullets that he's firing don't change in size of their hitbox as they're going down towards the end of the screen. So anything that is in line of those bullets will get destroyed. That includes certain environmental hazards as well as all the enemies coming to you. Aside from that, he's just moving towards the screen. So if anyone does have any announcements or donations that you'd like to read out, this is a very good time to do so.
Alright, naturally I got things to read out. No current donations, so if anybody wants me to say anything else, hey, my voice is at your command. However, I can say that we are the Benelux Speedrunner Gathering. We organize bi-monthly gatherings in the Benelux for speedrunners. Due to the situation surrounding COVID-19, we're doing our events online for the time being. And this event features streamers from both the Benelux and the rest of the world, bringing you entertainment during this lockdown. As is currently demonstrated by our non-Benelux runner right now, who's doing a great job.
He's doing a fantastic job. Really talented runner at this game. I believe that you're also running Cuphead a little later on this weekend, aren't you, Kirth?
Yeah, on Sunday actually, I'm doing a Cuphead low percent run, so be sure to check that out if you're into Cuphead.
All about the running guns. All about the running.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the support the Benelux Speedrun Gathering is doing for with Mind at the moment is really important, especially given everything that's happened in the last year. Mental health is certainly at the forefront of a lot of what people are thinking of, especially the youth today, where they haven't really had the opportunity to use a really important time of their life to socialise, get out and actually make the most of their adolescence. So with the way that Mind has helped support the young people with mental health is really important. So please donate to a fantastic cause. It's worth every penny. But you see now Kirth is on the boss of mission 4. You're going to see him take out the missile launcher on the left, then you're going to take out the another missile launcher on the right, and then you're going to aim for the center and kill it nice and dead very quickly. Yeah, really good stuff.
Alright, cool. Didn't get to see the destructor disc.
No destructor disc. Krillin will be disappointed.
Yeah.
But we are not disappointed. We are very happy that in less than 10 minutes, 3 missions down, absolutely fantastic pace we are seeing here. What a guy Kirthar is. What a guy. Go give him a follow.
Nice plug there.
What you got to do is what you got to do. He's also an absolutely lovely chap, so down to earth, so friendly, so welcoming. The fact that he's incredible at video games really does help when it comes to watching him on stream, but he's a lovely chap, so you should all spend your time with him where possible. We're now on mission 2. Again, we've gone weirdly in the storyline because we are now back to the second part of the 4-part storyline. Who cares? It doesn't matter. It's an auto-scroller. The spawns of the enemies are set. slightly uniquely for an auto-scroller, you can actually make it go a little bit faster by killing the enemies. Essentially, the camera at the moment is fixed, even though the background is moving. So when you kill the enemies, it goes on to the next part. If you leave the enemies on the screen, then it will take a little bit longer. If you do have any other announcements, this is the time to do so, but you've got here quick announcements, donations, etc. You've got a few more seconds if you'd like to do that.
Alrighty, I mean, we could always talk about something. Let's mention some other events that BSG knows about and supports in this kind of, brother-sister events. Because another event that ESA often hosts is UKSG over in Britain, over in Glasgow. So yeah, definitely keep an eye out on UKSG. There's a lot of cool marathons going around on the website Ungas right now, which we use for submissions as well and all that stuff. I'd say look around, browse around, get some stuff going. There's a lot of cool speedrunning events going around. We all love those.
And the best thing about speedrunning events is that it puts smaller, lesser-known games, things like Blaze and Chrome, out in the wild for people to see. And it gives people more incentive to learn how to speedrun. If you want to speedrun a game, find a game you like, play it quickly. That's speedrunning. It's as simple as that. And the more you do it, the better you get at it. You're going to notice that Kirthar is now off the auto-scroller. He's taking a couple of bits of extra damage, using the defense bot to tank through. But he's also using that P weapon to its advantage, where it cuts into multiple enemies. There are a couple of other weapons that will hit multiple enemies at once, but the P weapon is by far the most useful because it will go the full length of the screen. Again, the camera being locked in place, the spawns will be set, so that's good that he's moving nice and quickly. The camera's locked again. The problem with Mission 2 is that because a lot of it's where the camera's locked, there's not a huge amount really to talk about until you get a little bit further down the line. I can never remember what Dr. Robo calls it, the eyeball wall, or the ball wall eyeball ball wall, or the yeah. This guy, you can't hit him whilst these balls are being thrown out of the wall, okay? You have to be careful because sometimes the ball can hit the bottom left corner, kind of like a Windows screensaver, but you're going to notice that Kirthar is going to utilise the benefits of the charge beam to hit the boss multiple times, and it's going to kill it nice and quickly.
Right, I'm gonna do the slap.
You got to do the courtesy tap, mate. Just a quick backhand. There's going to be a snake that's going to pop down, kind of like it does in things
just
like
Castlevania.
That.
Oh, wait. I didn't do it. You can slap him in a way, and then you can just like sneak under him. But that's fine.
Okay, that's right. It's not a huge problem at this point because if we can recover getting his P weapon in a second, and his speed bot, I believe, will come back shortly as well.
I actually want to get the shield.
Oh, you want the defense bot? Sorry, excuse me. Yeah, apologies. Yeah. So again, as we mentioned a little bit earlier, he will be utilising damage boosting to kill things a little bit quicker, and that is going to come in very, very handy in the boss that's going to arrive on the screen in a few moments' time. Lots of enemies do appear on this, and sometimes it can be quite overwhelming. And this is just a normal mode, so when you're playing on like the hardest difficulty level, hardcore, it's pretty damn scary because there are so many things coming at you at once. It's all at a lovely lock 60 frames a second though, so you don't have to worry about your inputs being dropped or anything being missed. It's lovely and smooth. Big wing boss. Basically, hit its middle as quickly as you can. Use a D boost to that ball of lightning not kill you, and it's dead. As quick as that. We're down all 4 of the main missions in just over 14 minutes. What an amazing time this is so far.
Yeah, it's actually very funny because that boss is like one of the hardest bosses to fight casually, but as long as you can take that first hit there and just blast him with the P weapon, he's done in like no time at all. So.
And it's really important that Kirthar has kept the P weapon for Mission 5. Mission 5 is another auto-scroller. Lots of resemblance here to parts of Mega Man X series in particular, as well as Battletoads. There's lots of jumps, there's lots of spikes, there's lots of walls. However, there is a couple of bosses coming up. One has a shield. Every other weapon in the game cannot break the shield, with the exception of the P weapon. So if you do not have the P weapon, then that boss takes an absolute age. It is so unpleasant. This is very, very slow if you do not have the B weapon, so it's fantastic that he does have that at hand.
Yeah. And here comes the Battletoads part here, which is not as hard as on Battletoads, you know, the turbo tunnel, if you've seen the game.
Thankfully.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very few things in this world are as hard as that Battletoad turbo tunnel. Calculus isn't as hard as the Battletoad turbo tunnel, right? Figuring out a vaccines is not as hard as turbo tunnel. You've made those jumps really well. I'm very, very proud of you there, Kirth. Good stuff.
Yep, I practiced.
And you actually see in this mission 5, you'll see a couple of references to previous games of the developer of this game, Joy Masher. Joy Masher also made a game called Onneken, and there is a boss in Onneken. That was the boss I just referred to. That guy, he will not get hit unless you have the either slow main weapon, which you have to jump to hit him, or the P weapon. Onneken has a boss of a bear that turns out to be a robot. At the very end of this section of the stage, there's a robot that's shaped like a bear. It's referential, it's important. You're just going to see a very, very small reference to Onneken in not the next section, but the section after as well.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff. I actually played through Onneken not too long ago, like a few weeks ago.
It's a very good game.
Yeah, it's a good game.
It's kind of tough. I wouldn't say it's kind of tough. It is a tough game. A lot of the Joy Masher stuff is tough. Even things like Odorless is tough as well. And they are making a new game called Moon Rider, which seems very Shinobi 3 influence. That looks fantastic. But the best way to get these guys to make more games is by buying them. And so play Blazing Chrome, buy it. It's on all your good storefronts, so it's worth a purchase. And there's a little Contra reference at the end there as well. Let's see if Kirth can be brave and do all these lovely fancy jumps over these enemies.
Oh, I'm gonna do the...
Come on, be brave.
I missed the...
oh yeah, they're the absolute swag move where you can jump and land straight in that mech.
Yeah.
This is the only mech that you're going to see Kirthar take in this game. It's got a lovely laser beam which absolutely destroys everything in front of it. And technically you can take it to the next section, to the boss of the next section like you nearly did, but you don't really want to because you want to use a little bit of an exploit. This boss normally shoots the laser straight down. However, if you do not move left or right, that laser cannot hit you. It has no horizontal hitbox. So even though technically he was getting shot by the laser there, it's not doing a damn thing. Nothing at all.
Totally listen to
that. Those flies that are chasing him, yeah, they can't really do anything. Mention of the Onneken Protocol, the Room of Death. This is proper Room of Doom. Lots of video games have a Room of Doom. This isn't. I say Room of Doom, he does it absolutely perfectly.
Actually,
oh my word,
yeah,
Kirth. What on earth is that? What was that? That actually kind of... That hurts, how well you did that.
I actually found that like earlier during practice, like I just wanted to find a way to do that more like safely and just roll, don't do anything else. Just roll.
Just roll and be careful, right? So we're now on the boss room of mission 5. He's got to destroy the buttons at the very, very top of the screen before he can get the main part of the boss to spawn. Flies following on. See the little circle on the right, just duck, shoot into it, and then we're going to see the final part of the boss, which is a big goopy worm going to be jumping over. Hopefully Kirthar will get a kill, a quick kill on this boss by using a charge beam to kill it. We're going to hit it with the first shot and then changing his position and hitting it with another charge beam. Hopefully.
There we go. Very easy.
Oh, effortless. Glorious. 1822 going into the last stage of the game, which is a bit of a boss rush. I say a bit of a boss rush, it's primarily a boss rush, but it also has the biggest part of RNG in the game, at least the most effective part of RNG, which is Armadillo. Armadillo sucks. Armadillo really sucks. He does not want to stay still. The problem with that is that you want to try and keep a defense bot, which is about to pick up in a few seconds, to go into the first part of the very, very final boss. He might jump into you. He might take that. Technically, you can pick up another defense bot, but you don't want to waste time doing so. Come on, Armadillo, don't be a butt.
Right, he was behaving. Not the best pattern, but it was pretty good.
No, not the best, but that's pretty good. The gorilla, just shoot him multiple times, roll under him when he tries to jump on you. And and he's going to go down quickly. Yeah, knock that ball into the sky. Lovely. So we're now going to go on to Z Part 2. Z Part 2 is going to be another example of damage boosting with the D-boost, where you stand in one position, shoot him with a P rifle, and he should go down quickly. He does, lovely. And this next bit is a little bit random, but you can dash through them anyway, so he should take it to the next part of the stage. Big robot in the background. Yeah, that's scary, boy. Just stand in the corner and shoot him in the head. That's all you got to do.
Yeah. Biggest boss in the game, but actually the easiest one.
Yeah. It's a really nice epic end to the game, but it's pretty simple.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's the only real drawback. Visually it's gorgeous, thematically it's fantastic, with the kind of the VR vision coming in a few seconds time, with a little bit more RNG about where these squares are spawning. It doesn't really matter too much because the number of enemies that appear in these squares, as you see one appearing in the distance, that's the same every time. They just appear in slightly different places. But because you know what's going to spawn, generally it's pretty easy to manage these. And you're also going to come up to a couple of spikes on the ground. You can jump over those. Technically, you can roll through them as well if you are brave, like Kirthar sometimes did. Oh, he's going to do it. Wimp.
I don't. Alright, I'll do it. I'll do it later.
No,
I gotta do it double once.
You don't have to do that. You really don't have to do that.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay. We're now on to the next part of the boss, which is... Oh, it's you! Oh, wow, it's just a hologram version of you. But he goes down really, really quickly. There is a way to manipulate him. It's not always that consistent, just to get his movement so that he dies a lot quicker. And we're just basically back into a similar pattern of last time, where you have to destroy these diamonds. Hey, not me. Diamonds with the weapon. And you're now going back into VR Trooper world, because apparently we are VR Troopers. 3 go. Virtual reality troopers. That's a reference. Enjoy that one. A little bit more dash and slide. Oh, he did it. I can't believe he did that. Don't risk losing the bot. Oh my god.
It's fine.
But this is pushing it to the very, very end of the game. And of course you lost. Of course you did.
It's
of course
fine.
You did.
It's fine.
It's right. The world record's gone. Doesn't matter.
I've already passed that anyway.
This is a fantastic run. Fantastic run. We're now on the very, very last boss of the game. It's a injury character. Oh, wow. What could this be?
See, I didn't need to
run. Yeah,
Alright, time is coming up very soon.
That was really good. Yeah, the gun run is only actually half the game. Because there is another type of character. Sub 22 in a marathon is amazing. You deserve all the plaudits in the world for that. Absolutely stunning.
I didn't really realize.
Really, really good.
Wow. Okay, yeah, that was Deathless too.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, that was really, really good.
Absolutely beautiful.
I took some safeties here and there, but yeah, that was stellar. That was just really, really good.
Yeah, get your GGs in the chat, everyone, because that was fantastic. But like I said, that's only really half the game. There is another type of character, a ninja character, which is a little bit more Ninja Gaiden-esque. It completely changes how the game is played. So you unlock those ninja characters after you complete the game for the first time. You may have seen that at a couple of events over the last few years. It seems to be the most popular run because everyone loves ninjas. I mean, who doesn't love a ninja? Ninjas are great. But the gun run is certainly a more risky run with the potential of losing that P weapon or the speed bot pretty much any second. You really have to be careful with how your play goes. And as you saw with Kirthar there, this is why he's one of the top 3 runners of this game in the world, because that was a stunningly good run, deathless, beautiful stuff.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Breathe. I can breathe now, and takes a drink of water.
Yeah. Well, yeah, this was really good. So I want to thank BSG for accepting this run. I always love showcasing this. It's really fun to play and speedrun. So if you like what you see, definitely pick this game up. You're not gonna regret it. And if you're interested in speedrunning this, we have a speedrun in Discord. So if you just search for Blazing Chrome on speedrun.com, you can find the link there. And yeah, you can just come in and ask any questions you want. Like, we're all really friendly bunch who loves to see new people like play this game. So
Amazing.
Yeah, I think we're all good.
All right.
Is there anything you want to add, Diamonds?
No, Kirthar, thank you ever so much for putting on a fantastic run. Yeah, absolutely great time. Donate to a great cause, everyone, please. It's worth every penny.
For sure. Very well done on the run indeed. Everybody, next up we will be having HN with Lithium City any %, so stay tuned for that.